going out to check out a new muffler that some guy listed on Gumtree. Sort of like the American, like Craigslist that you guys have in the States, but I thought we have it in Australia and the UK. So let's hope what he's got's good. He's listed it pretty cheap. So I went and checked it out, and I was pretty happy with it, so I picked it up. It's the same color as my engine block, which is great. It's the same price as what I've seen very similar ones on eBay for, but this one came with an extra baffle, so that saved me a bit of money because I think I might need that. It looks very open. Hey, so we're doing a bit of a noise upgrade on the bike. I was intending to do the seat and hide those electronics next, just so the bike wasn't looking in an unfinished state the whole time. But performance was initially good after rejetting the carbs, but now I'm definitely showing signs of the bike running a bit rich. So by putting on this, I hope to be able to open things up a bit. Before we get to that though, I had another noise upgrade on the bike, which is this brand new horn. Upgraded from this pissy little thing. Now, let's see if I can show you the improvement. Alright, I've got my highly sophisticated testing equipment here. Consists of an app I just downloaded, which reckons it'll measure noise. And I just plugged back in the original horn, and we're gonna do a bit of comparison. So this is the original horn. Lovely. Did that even... that's useless. Versus the new horn. As you can see by my app, it's useless, but if you didn't hear the difference in noise level in that, then, well, I don't know what's wrong with you. Alright, now down to business on this exhaust. So this is just a bit of a sound preview of what the existing one's like. I'm gonna not bother with that crappy app, that doesn't do anything. She's not happy with running a bit rich at the moment, so especially when cold gives me a bit of grief. This is just idle speed at 1500 RPM. Now I'm going to up it to 4.5. There we go, that's the existing. So to remove the exhaust, I needed to cut the existing pipe. I wanted to leave the pipe on the frame to do this, just to save time so I could get to doing that back-end aesthetics a bit sooner. Turns out that wasn't really a possibility though. I was getting just too close to the frame. I did not want to cut the frame on the bike. Not yet, anyway. So with some basic tools, I just worked at removing the exhaust pipes from the engine on the bike. Well, I meant to show you guys it coming off, but as soon as I undid the bolts, it just sort of fell right off. A bit stubborn around the top from corrosion, but nothing a bit of brute force. Sorry, gentle encouragement couldn't help. Now, because this exhaust was a cheap one and not designed exactly for my bike, I needed to just grind down the end of my exhaust pipes a little bit, just so it would, as the name of the exhaust implies, slip right on. So grind that down. Not bad to clean it up and get a bit of the gunk out of there too. Gentle encouragement with the hammer. Have that on there. So because I had to take off the exhaust to get all this done, I think I'm going to heat wrap it while it's here. So I'm just going to give that a quick clean up on the exhaust with a bit of wire brush on the rotary tool. I just wrapped one half of the exhaust with exhaust wrap. which took a while. Not really worth a tutorial because there's not much to it. Soak your wrap, wear gloves because this stuff is fiberglass and gets in your fingers, and then just wrap it tight. To tie it off at the end, mine came with some metal clips. You could use a pipe clamp or some stainless steel wire and just twist it tight around the end. Alright, this is the exciting bit. Get to bolt it back together and see if it looks any good. And then I might just do a sneaky little test to see how it sounds as an open pipe. Alright, first start, since I've got the exhaust on, there's a nice little bit of clearance there, only just, but the leg doesn't pop up anymore when I lift the bike up, which is good. So I think this is going to be way too loud, but I thought I'd try it without the baffle anyway. Are you ready for it? Bit of volume to it. Alright, let's try that again. Alright guys, so as you can see, last night, well, it sounded cool, but that was about it. That was about the end of its usefulness because it was too damn loud, and I think it was just too open for the bike. It just couldn't cope with it. My first attempt to quieten it was stuffing some steel wool down the exhaust pipe end. It's almost all good, but as you can see by the colour of this, it got a little hot, so I blocked it off a bit too much. So I'm doing another approach, which is packing it out around the outside of this pipe. And then I'm going to use a cut out of the existing exhaust pipe. This little baffle. So I'm going to install that in and see if that makes a bit of a difference. Alright guys, getting this exhaust to flow right has been tricky. I've tried many different combinations. The one that I've just found that works is if you remove that, any of that steel wool crap that I was using, that was useless. It was blocking it off too much. And I've got this old baffle that I found. Now it doesn't quite fit in my pipe, so I'm doing something very dodgy. Alright, so this is my temporary fix while I wait for a baffle that fits better to come along. So it's got heat wrapped around the skinny end, and then the fat end is slid out into it, so it holds in there nice and firm. It does actually work well. I've tested it for a few days drive. Don't do this at home, dodgy as all hell, but I need to get my bike, I need to get out and about, so my best. The exhaust is back on. I've just put in, you can see here, a little bracket running between the clamp and where the center stand on the bike used to be. It was sitting there just fine without it, but I just don't want that weight sitting on the engine block or the exhaust headers if it doesn't have to. So share a bit of the load down here. Yeah, time to get ready to take it out for a spin. Alright, well, pretty happy with how it's running at the moment. Still fine tuning those carbs, just getting that mixture quite right, so there'll be a little bit of tinkering around just to get it spot on, but running really well at the moment. So stay tuned. Going to start work on the new seat soon, which is an exciting little venture of a lot of frame chopping, painting, and many frustrations.